here's the thing. Use this idea if you don't want to beat like a metronome and you want to show a sustaining kind of gesture. But if it confuses your players or your singers, don't use it. In other words, if you go dum 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 dee dum, and I say, hey, what are you doing? Well, I can't count. Well, you'll have to go back to da dee da. Even so, I would not give a strong second beat. I would give 1, 2, 3, 4. So you decide. Okay. Then your chapter 9 deals with something called supermetric patterns. It's a fancy name. By the way, page 113 shows some other ways you could use a sustaining gesture by modifying your pattern to a longer beat. Things like dee da yum bum bum ba, things like that. A supermetric pattern means that the phrase goes over the bar line you're conducting. And you have the choice of conducting the phrase over the bar line rather than each bar. Here's an example. Page 114, Beethoven, Ninth Symphony, in 3. Now Beethoven already has told you that he's conceived this by the measure ritmo de tre battute, that is the rhythm of 3 beats. If you're conducting in 1, it will be yum bum 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 da 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 dum da 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 da. So I'm conducting 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 da 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 da. A little bit more for the strong measure, but actually it fits into a 3 pattern by the measure, like yum bum 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 dum dum da 2 3 1 2 3. So each measure could be considered a beat, and you can actually conduct it in 3 to show the phrasing rather than 1 1 1 1. That's supermetric. A very good example of how you could do that is in the Overture to Candide, which our orchestra is playing on tour. I went in and heard the performance practice, and the melody that goes da ya da dee da da dee da 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 ya da dee da da dee dum. So it's in cut time, where you have a whole note, 4 quarters. Well, the example is on page 114. You can look at it. So you might conduct it this way. 1 2 1 2 dum 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Okay, that's clear. It's not so musical because the phrase actually is da 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 dee da da dee da 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 dee da 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 dee dum. It's actually like a huge phrase that goes over. So one way you could do that is sustain the 2 measures and back off on this when it gets to 3s. You could go like this. Ti ya da dee da da dee dee da ti ya da dee da da dee dum yum dee da 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 dee da dee dum. So I'm using a sustaining gesture for 1 2 1 2 1 2 3, and I'm creating a phrase that way. Okay. Now I watched Dr. Jacobson conduct that. At first, to keep things together, he beat each beat. And then he went into a sustaining gesture. He did it slightly differently, but he did exactly the same thing. He went 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. He did it this way. Okay? I like to do it a little more sideways to show legato, but that's a personal taste. Both of us are using this idea of a sustaining gesture and conducting a supermetric pattern. The other example is the host planets, where you first have a pattern of 5, dun, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 plus 2, dun, 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 dun. Now that, once you set that up, you don't really have to keep doing this anymore, because over that pattern, there's a supermetric pattern which goes da 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 dee da 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 dee, a huge 5 over the two measures of smaller 5. And so after you set it up, you would go into a supermetric pattern like this. Da 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 dum dum da da dum da da dum dum da da dum da 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 dee da 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 dum. You see what I did? I lengthened the pattern, and that example is on page 115. That's basically what I need you to know. You should know that music is organized into different groups of rhythmic subdivisions. For example, the number of beats in a measure, the number of subdivision in the measure, that is how the beats divide, and then the larger than the measure patterns. Those are the three layers that you have to consider when you're conducting and what you want to show. Okay, I won't keep you any longer. I want you to study those exercises and do those techniques. We'll review it in class next Wednesday. Have a great weekend or week until I see you next Wednesday. And just be responsible for all the material in chapters 8 and 9. And when I see you, we'll start organizing the final conducting videos and start preparing for that. Adios.